called The Research of the Absolute by Balzac, which is a short story by Balzac. But that short story had a great meaning for him, because in that short story there is a young painter, Poussin, who was quite well known afterwards, and his girlfriend, Gillette. And apparently, he told me that later on, that since my name is François Gillot, when I met him, he thought at last he had found Gillette. And also don't forget that in French, le Gilles and the Harlequin. The Gilles is a name, sometimes Pierrot, but most of the time Gilles is a white clown. So even though I'm dressed as an Harlequin, I am basically the white clown, the one who can cry, maybe. And so in 1931, he had done the illustration of the chef-d'œuvre inconnu, and he thought that his artist studio of the Rue des Grands Augustins was the very place where that fantastic painter Freinhofen was painting, you know, that famous painting that is described in the Search for the Absolute, is Freinhofer, that he was there, and he had been painting and redoing so many times his Venus that when Porbus and Poussin are finally allowed to look at that painting, they see nothing except one foot that is kind of protruding. That's the only thing that is still visible. And when Freinhofer sees the horror of his two disciples, he finally burns the painting that was called La Belle Noiseuse. Noiseuse means noise, like in English, so La Belle qui fait du bruit. And he burnt that painting and he committed suicide. So that was, again, you see, again, you always have death as a presence, even when Gillette appeared. So there was always life and death. So when in 1946, I was in Cannes, and I was a friend of the youngest daughter of Maurice Denis, and we had been invited by Pierre Bonnard to go and see his recent paintings. So Picasso happened to be also there, and I said, well, this morning I will not see you. I'll go to see Bonnard. Ah, what horror! What do you mean? I hate that painter, and he's not a good painter at all. Personally, I still love Bonnard, but. He says, and you know, when he wants to make believe that his drawings are so sensitive, what he does is that, etc., etc. So I could not, I was rather furious not to be able to go to see Bonnard. So he said, well, I must make you a gift of something else. So if you want, we'll go and see Matisse instead. I was even more pleased because I even liked Matisse even better than Bonnard. So we went to see Matisse, and when we went to see Matisse, Picasso introduced me as a young painter, which was what I was at that time. And Matisse said right away, oh, how nice of you to have brought this young woman. I will make her portrait. You should have seen Picasso's face. So when Matisse proposed to make my portrait. And then Matisse insisted, yes, and the body would be pale blue, and the hair would be leaf green. So then we left. And that was in March or something like that. And in May, Picasso decided they would do, because until then he had made a few drawings, but not really any serious effort at making, portrait of me or something like that. First of all, I was not very keen on that either, because I thought you know, that his way of killing one woman after another was to make their portrait. So I thought, well, I could do very well without a portrait. And so, of course, I never sat for him, that's good. And nevertheless, in May of 1946, he started a painting like that, where at the beginning there was a seat and the person was a little bit more fleshy, you know, not quite, but still a little bit more fleshy, and sitting on a kind of African seat, which has disappeared. All that has disappeared. Little by little, everything disappeared. There remained just the stand and the little parts of blue, and then, of course, the leaf-like hair. And it was very, very interesting to see the evolution, because I happened to be there when he was painting that canvas, and to see the way it evolved is very, very interesting. So the last thing that was changed was the face, because the face, as long as the oval of the face was vertical, it just did not do anything for anyone. And then finally, he did something that he used to do still, even though it was coming from the time of the Cubism. It took some sheets of pale blue paper and cut different possible shapes, and one of them was the horizontal oval that you see there, where he did the eyes and nose, etc. He glued that in the place of the face, and that was very convincing, so that he copied that in painting afterwards, and that was the end of that painting, which was called the Woman Flower. And it's quite different in a sense. I think it's not very related to any other depiction of, and also it's not limited behind. I'm not in a kind of jail. You see, I seem to be standing. No armchair, nothing. So then that's supposed to be myself in the process of drawing. And you see, I'm like this, protecting my own drawing. And Picasso was saying that I was egotistic, that I didn't want him to see what I was doing. Now, this is 1948, the kitchen. There are two kitchens. It's a large painting, all black and white, as you can see, and everything is linear. You know, to the left, if you know what it is, you could recognize there is the stove with the electric part where you can heat whatever, and then the window. Then you have a partition, and then you have a kind of little table that could be folded or not folded, on which you have a little plant, very, very schematic. On the top, you have two plates that were Hispano-Moresque. You cannot see they are Hispano-Moresque, but I am telling you that they were Hispano-Moresque. To the left there is a little cage, and there is a little bird there. That is indicated by the Y, you see, there in the middle. And to the right, a little bit further to the right, there is the cage of the owl, because the owl that we had found in Antibes came back with us to Paris, and we had to feed the owl every day with a mouse. You know, fortunately there were mice to find in that area very easily, because downstairs from where we were, there was a place where they had old books, and there were a lot of mice, so they had mice trap, and so we could give food to that animal. So that was very, and everything in this painting, to the lower right, you see that shape like an arrow. That means another little plant. because it's growing, etc., etc. So I will not describe everything, but everything is really truly the portrait of the kitchen at that time. That's